employee 4418, 7:08 a.m. Just boarded the bus where the entity is stalking at San Antonio Holt Boulevard. And the entity is license 29032E3. The entity is keeping the fake sin as I documented on the and that's activity creation while they do the stop request. These are demons on the bus. The fake sin is moving behind the vehicle, and this is ongoing. Thank you. This is the ongoing stalking that's underway by the entity. And molestation while they open. Those are rubber bound doors. There's no light that's coming on the inside of the bus, and that's not the sun. Okay, that employee is engaging in the pattern of conduct. All right, and they're going to be prosecuted as sex offenders. And this is the entity that is, again, poisoning your food while they're engaging what is stalking you incessantly. And their knowledge of that. They're not ignorant. They all engage in poisoning together. They're all engaged in monitoring on my devices together. They're all engaged in stalking. They're all aware of what it is that I'm documenting and putting on the internet because it's one entity. And that knowledge that you know, that a whole population shares that unified knowledge as the fake sun documentation and the impulsive light activity. And this employee, this is a sex offender, Latina female, employee number 4418, bus 2360. This is the P.O.C. This is OMNITRANS that's sharing that pattern of conduct. The entity, as you see the doors opening and opening, you've also seen the engineer light across the roof. All of that is speaking to what is monitoring in the bathroom. That's not light activity that's coming from a car driving by. It's not light activity from the sun that's over and then your vehicle and it's shooting them. It's also not light activity from the sun and then you open and close the doors and it's sweeping across. I've shown that inside and outside. It's a means of what is monitoring. And the entity that is touching incessantly is a sex offender. And they're touching with light for a criminal purpose. And they're doing so pursuant to what is psychological torture for the same criminal means that I've already exposed. And they're facilitating. Everybody on the bus is gang stalking as they request for stops. It's pursuant to monitoring while the fake sun is trailing like you see on the back of this bus. She's mentally ill. All right, so is the population. And while you engage in stalking with light, you're going to be committed. That's the entity that's engaged in that. This is, again, employee number 4418, 7:10 a.m., where the fake sun's trailing, going in the direction what is west on Holt Boulevard. Okay, this is P.O.C. Yesterday, the fake sun did not go beyond Montclair, California. And then it went right back on the same street back toward what is Fontana, where it remained overnight. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct. It is currently 7:10 a.m.